Hey everybody, welcome to pajama yoga. That's what we're doing. We're getting our pajamas and our yoga on. So if you're here and you're ready for a big practice, you might have to put some of the athletic gear away. Oh! So we'll start our sequence in a couple minutes. Minutes into the video if you're tuning in after the fact. If you're tuning in live right now, thank you for being here. And we are going to go for a practice that's really cozy and really chill. I didn't really feel like moving a bunch of furniture. Wasn't exactly planning on teaching today, so that's how we've ended up here on the carpet as opposed to like downstairs in my other space that's easier to stream from. And we're going to basically do a yin practice, so a lot of slow holds for a few minutes at a time. If you've got a pillow you can get for yourself, if you can make sure you're going to be warm even without moving, so you might get some socks going on or get cozy, get yourself changed. That's all great. I've got a mug of tea. I've got my candle. My big ambitions for the night are to not burn down my bedroom, and that's about it. So shouldn't be too challenging. So if you are here, give me a wave or give me a shout, a like or a comment, and let me know what we should stretch today, what we should spend time with, because we're going to have good time to spend. You could also set up your pillow if you've got one and put it underneath your seat. So if you're just joining, pajama yoga, really restorative, really gentle, and get yourself set up for that kind of practice. So maybe leave the hardwood floor behind. Maybe find a pillow for yourself. We'll use it in a bunch of the poses today. And let yourself get cozy. We'll settle into any easy seat. You can let your hands rest wherever. On the knees. I like to do hands in the lap. I'll show you all what I like to do. A Zen book once. It's this little shape with the hands where you cradle one hand in the other hand, so the fingertips line right up by the knuckles, and then the thumbs are just like ever so lightly pressing together like that. And in the Zen tradition, a lot of times they think of this like you're holding an egg or the world in your fingertips. And you can hold this shape while you meditate or while you sit. And then if you lose this light touch of the thumbs here, like if you start to press together hard or the thumbs fall apart, you know that you've lost some of your in the momentness, some of your mindfulness. So keeping the thumbs just so lightly together is a great reminder to be right here and right now. Once you've got your seat set up, shrug the shoulders back, close the eyes, and start to find good deep breaths. Start to find movement with the breath through the body. Find the breath lower down towards the stomach. And we'll start with nothing more than this. Slow, deep breaths at your pace and with your body. If we take the breath there, the mind eventually will follow. Can you let go of the idea of following directions? So we're going to do a little different than a usual yoga class here, where you're listening for a lot of cues and trying to mirror or match the shapes that your instructor is doing at the front of the room. And we're going to try for a practice where it's very self-guided, where you are your own instructor, and I'm just kind of here as your company, along for the ride together. So can you identify a few things your body is telling you right now? Identify where your head is, where your thoughts are going. And what is all of that saying about what kind of work you can be doing here today? Not only the work, but also how will that stuff, your body, your mind, your emotions, your thoughts, how will all of those narratives interact with us being here looking for ease, peace, and a space that's a little gentler with all of it? We'll take 3 more deep breaths. Have 1 or 2 of them be the deepest breath that you've taken all day today. Next inhalation, inhale your arms to the sides and then up to the sky. Hands meet, palms meet, exhale, hands to heart. Shrug your shoulders back. Let's set a group intention to make this space easy on ourselves. To treat yourself and let go of the tension, holding, pressure, and stress for the rest of your practice. Blink your eyes open in here, and let's come to hands and knees down on the mat. From your hands and your knees, take your fingers and spin them in towards the body. And then sit the hips down and back just a little. Stretch the forearms and the wrists. And bring the fingertips back towards the front. Walk your hands forward, let your head come down, puppy pose. Sink the chest lower and the armpits lower down towards the mat. Walk the fingers back towards the body. Bring your right foot up to meet your fingertips. Find a nice low lunge. Sink down into the hips. Bring both your hands inside the leg to the left side of the leg. And then this is our lizard pose, so we might stay right here stretching, or you might lower down a little farther down towards your forearms. And then we're going to get in the habit now of spending good time in the postures. So we'll think being here for about a minute or so, easing into the hips. And you slow the breath down a little more from the pace it's at right now. And then press back up again. Or anything else you can use as a bit of a cushion. Your pillow and put it underneath the right hip. Then we're going to do a split stretch. So you'll slide your right foot forwards. Your left knee, your back leg, is going to come out to the left a lot. So that'll help you make this a little more accessible. And then option one is just to be up here in a C stretch. This is the hips. If you'd like a little more, option two is to fold forwards. And for me in this pose, both of my knees are out long towards either side. For some of you who are much more flexible, you might be able to get your knees and your toes backwards. We'll think 4 or 5 more deep breaths here. And then start to press your way back up. We'll bring the right foot over to the left. So the foot that's in front of us comes over to the left side, setting up for a pigeon pose. You'll slide the left foot, the foot behind you, back more. You could keep your pillow right where it is. I'm going to scooch the pillow underneath both hips. So my left thigh, in addition to the right glute, is also on the pillow. And then after a good inhalation here, we'll sink down towards pigeon. Inhale, find length through the spine, find your lift, shrug the shoulders, and then ease your way to a good resting place. Once we get here, we'll spend good time and take care of your body in the stretch. So land in a place that feels comfortable enough to hold. Get another pillow if that feels good. But plan to be here in this one for a couple minutes. And keep listening not for my voice. Practicing not to make a certain shape with the body, but listening to where your thoughts go, to how you're giving yourself ease and space. Finding a place where it feels comfortable spending time alongside ourselves, where we're not moving or not trying, but rather time alongside ourselves as we are. Two more deep breaths. And then start to press your way back up. Tuck the toes behind you. Send the right foot back. Stretch the feet out in a downward facing dog. Inhale the left foot up and back. Step the left foot forwards between the hands. Put your right knee down and lizard pose on the other side. So you might stay right here. You might set up your pillow underneath your hands or underneath your forearms, and some of you might be able to come down towards the forearms. I saw an interaction online the other day, because that's really the only way I'm seeing most interactions now. And it was one of my friends. How can I do well in this certain situation? And the one person said, make sure to take good care of yourself and use your good self-care. And the other person said, that's true, but a lot of times that language kind of gets overemphasized and pushed too much. And lift up from your lizard. Let's find our split stretch. So bring the pillow underneath your left hip. Send your left leg forward, your right leg out so you can sit down onto the hips. And then we'll hang out either here sitting up, or you can fold your way down. my one friend who said, sometimes the self-care language gets overemphasized, isn't wrong in saying that. And we're in a place right now where there's such a pervasive feeling of, hey, we should be doing something, we should be doing more. A lot of times it feels like we have a lot of energy cooped up inside us right now and want to be doing more but aren't able to. And the reason why I think it's very challenging to have too much emphasis on the self-care portion is because a lot of times doing less is harder than doing more. A lot of times when we're in motion, when we're moving, when we're trying, even if we're not positive we're working towards a good cause, we can feel that we're working, and that helps things feel okay. Maybe you fold here, a few more breaths. But I think that we kind of underestimate how much care and development, introspection, and personal practice we need if we're going to become people who can really find ourselves balanced over time. Because we're all kind of individuals and we're all kind of inherently needy in some ways at the end of the day. Let's switch to our pigeon pose. Slide your left foot over towards the right. Come up onto the back knee. Maybe scoot your pillow underneath the hips. Maybe fold down. And I'm not sure I've totally articulated it, but what I'm trying to say is I feel a need a lot of the time to take rests, and a lot of my rests I kind of self-sabotage. A lot of my breaks I self-sabotage because I'm thinking in my mind, oh, I shouldn't be resting, I have work to do. Or I'm feeling, oh, I'm not doing enough. But that in and of itself is kind of a fallacy. A lot of times I feel like I have to earn my rests. And I think that's a good big picture system, is to kind of take breaks when you've earned them, but that can't be the only way we go about it. Sometimes we need a break, and it's because we're just kind of at the end of our rope, or whatever that expression is, I don't remember. And sometimes we need a break just because it's been a while since our last break. And sometimes I honestly believe this last part, making sure that we can take our breaks, take our rests, take our self-care, practice our self-acceptance and love, do all of that without feeling guilt behind it, without feeling like we could be doing more, helps us actually to do more, helps us on the process of working and trying and changing. Because ultimately, good self-care is just kind of partitioning out time for yourself, and acceptance, and direction, and all of this intentionality around where you are and what you're feeling and what's going on inside you. And that's all stuff we kind of want to know as we're moving about the world. You want to have a sense of who you are and what brings you here. We'll take 3 or 4 more breaths down, stretching through the hips. Start to press back up to the hands. Tuck the toes back behind you. Send the left foot way back, pedal out the feet, and stretch in a downward facing dog. And then bring the knees down. Set your pillow up in between your legs, and then send your feet, your shins on either side of the pillow so that your hips can come in between your ankles. I'm not actually sitting on your heels, but rather you're sitting in between them. And then place your hands back behind you. We're going to try and go back a little bit here. And we're going to spend time again. So this might be enough. A lot of times this is enough for me. Some of you might be able to go down towards forearms or deeper all the way onto the back. We'll think about 30 seconds. Start to press your way back up. Come up off of your blanket, off of your pillow, and then take a seat towards the front of your mat, just a gentle cross-legged seat. Bring your left hand down to the left side of you, reach your right arm up and over. Easy side body stretch. Inhale both arms to the sky, spine tall, and then switch sides. See if you can get your left knee more towards the ground. Your left hand less in front of you and more over the ear. Inhale, arms to the sky. And then hands down towards the lap. Let's stretch the neck once or twice. Bring the chin down to the chest. Close the eyes, shrug the shoulders back. And then think a few breaths just for one rotation of the neck. So go slow and deep. Then we'll do one more on each side a little faster, just one breath. Open the eyes. Send you. If on your cushion right now, maybe you could sit on your cushion for a full. Your arms to the sky. And then fold forward. Maybe bend the knees generous to find more of a stretch in the back, or put the knees right down to find more of a stretch in the legs and the calves. Inhale to lift. Bring your right leg to the left side of your left knee, just like this. Let me get in a better angle here. So your right leg comes outside the left knee, and then bring your left hand and wrap the elbow around the leg. Plant your right hand back behind you, and this is option 1 for an easy seated twist. For a little more, you could bring your left leg into cow facing pose, so your left foot is over to the right side of you. Or you could bring your right arm back behind you to the left ribs or the left hip crease. Look over your right shoulder, keep your spine straight and tall, and here for a few breaths. Next, if it feels okay, slide your left foot up the thigh. So bring it from the ground outside the leg up towards the hip to a half lotus. Maybe you could even grab the foot with the right hand that's wrapped down and around behind the back. If all of this still feels okay, slide your left foot out from underneath the right to get the right knee lower down. This is a pretty tricky posture. Use your palm to press the knee down, and again, keep the spine straight and look back around you. So you'll bring your hands back, find your tall staff pose, Dandasana, and then take your left foot, bring it outside the right knee. Maybe you use your right elbow to hug the left knee. And this is a nice gentle twist right here. Could be enough. For bring your right leg in towards the left side of the body for cow facing legs. And then you've got your right elbow hooked around the left knee. For even more, left hand back behind you towards the ribs or towards the hip crease. Stay right here, or take your left foot and slide it onto the thigh. So you might just land right here or so, or you might slide the left foot all the way up the hip crease. And then I'm always a lot tighter on this side, so I don't usually get it, but you could try to bring your toes towards the foot. And if that feels okay, slide the right foot out from underneath the left and press the left knee down. And then release. Nice. Bring the soles of the feet together for butterfly, maybe sway side to side on the hips. And then we're going to take a forward fold. Use your hands to find leverage. If you want, you could use your elbows to press down into the thighs. Inhale, lengthen and broaden the chest, and then exhale, fold forwards. Inhale to lift. And we're going to make that a little deeper. So see if you can find yourself in a place where you have room to spread your legs pretty wide, like that kind of shape. Send your left leg out, long to the left, and then bring the right foot towards the left thigh. First, we'll fold over the extended leg, so bring your stomach towards the thigh. Inhale, arms to the sky, and fold forwards. And then next we're going to fold left ribs to the thigh. So bring your left hand inside the leg. You could thumb catch your thumb underneath the calf. Try and bring your forearm down to the ground. Inhale the right arm to the sky, fingertips to the neck, or arm over the body. And then this is a long stretch through the side body. Here for a few breaths. Some of you could try and reach and grab the toes. It's a big stretch, such a good stretch though. And then to release, we're going to fold down in front of the hips. Get your forearms low, take a breath here, stretch the left leg more, the calf and the hamstring, and then pop back up. And we'll switch sides, nice. Send your right leg wide, and left foot into the right. First, folding over the leg. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale to fold. Try and get your toes pointed straight to the ceiling while you're still in this one. And then let's do the side body work. Bring your right hand inside, thumb catch underneath the calf. Right thumb to right calf. Right forearm towards. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Think right ribs towards the right thigh. Here for a few breaths. Release the hands, the arms in front of you. Get your forehead lower, stretch the right leg, hamstring for breath. And then press your way back up. Awesome. So last we need to do a wide-legged stretch. You could send both your legs wide and then do a traditional wide-legged fold. Or what I'm going to do, and if you have space, this could be a really great restorative option, would be to get your legs up on a wall. Or in my case, just a bed here. So if you've got space for it, scoot yourself to a wall. A door frame can also work really nicely. And get your and then send them wide like that. For that kind of thing, just a traditional forward fold where you're sitting is great too. This will be our last really deep stretch, and we're going to spend about a minute here. So settle in. "20 seconds. Last breath or two, maybe a little deeper. And then make your way back up. We'll meet on the back on your mat. If you've been using a pillow, maybe set that up for yourself as a pillow at this point. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a good, loving, tight squeeze. Rock left and right. Send the left leg forwards and long. Clasp your hands behind the right hamstring and stretch, leg to the sky for a breath or two. And switch sides. Right leg long in front of you, left leg to the sky. We'll take 2 spinal twists, our happy baby, and then our Shavasana. Let your arms extend out to the sides, bring both your knees over to the right, and this might be plenty. If you're looking for more, extend your left leg more to the right like that, or send your right leg more in front of you. Both of those are tougher than just stacking the knees. You could also let your hand rest on the knees and gaze soft towards the ceiling or over the left fingertips. Here for good deep breaths, maybe close eyes. Inhale to lift the knees, switch sides. Inhale, knees to chest. Last posture, happy baby, or any other stretch we haven't done. Maybe a shoulder stand, maybe plow. Anything that feels good for you. And then last we'll find our Shavasana. Send the legs long in front of you. Let the hands rest with the palms face up. Take the traditional shape or any other resting shape, and I'm going to join for it. We'll all rest for just a minute here, finding yourself peaceful, letting go of any last holding, and giving yourself time. start to come back to the moment and start to come back to movement. Find a good stretch. Make your way up towards a seat, any comfortable seat on the mat. Lift your spine tall, shrug your shoulders back, close your eyes. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, palms to heart or down to the lap. Thank you for being here, and thank you for taking care of yourself. Namaste. Appreciate it, everyone. Thanks for joining for Pajama Yoga. Scott, Katie, E.G., everyone else who's here. I appreciate you being here. I wasn't really planning on being here myself, so we didn't advertise it or promote it at all. But we had another instructor who wasn't feeling well, so I stepped in last minute just to make sure we had something still going on. I think in about 2 weeks I'll be live streaming next, and that one I'm going to do an advanced yoga class where we'll just be workshopping all the stuff that I'm working on right now, so a lot of like inversions and dynamic transitions and that sort of thing. Definitely tune in for that one. And until then, take good care of yourselves and your world. Thank you all. Bye.